Welcome to Island Ripple, your video magazine which is educational, sassy, and entertaining. I am Vanetta, and today we will be sitting in with Dr. Tanya Destang for a two-part series where we talk all things health, integrative medicine, and some surprises. Welcome to Island Ripple.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Wonderful. So tell us more about this functional and integrative medicine, because when people hear doctor, they think prescription, they think drugs, they think advice. So give us a little insight into exactly what you do.
Well, it's still about prescriptions,
Okay.
and drugs and advice.
Okay.
But functional medicine essentially focuses on the patient and their bio-individuality, which is focusing on each person as an individual with their unique genetic blueprint, their history, their lifestyle, everything that has contributed to being who they are at the point that you see them in the office. So it's not just cookie cutter medicine where you're diagnosed with a disease and you are prescribed the latest pharmaceutical miracle.
Correct, yeah.
Not that we don't use those drugs, by no means. I keep telling people functional medicine is patient-centered. It is what we call precision medicine, where we look at each person in detail. So we don't just look at you as a disease, we look at you with somebody who has a list of imbalances that has brought you to the stage of this dis-ease.
Dis-ease, right.
And we try to get to the root cause of what has happened, why you have come to this point. So what has brought you to this point where you're actually feeling ill, or we're seeing stuff on your labs that would indicate something is wrong.
Okay, so it's definitely deeper, way deeper.
Way deeper. And it is, when I say patient-centered, that is the only term I can think of it, because it's not just, in regular medicine, we're very disease-oriented. A group of symptoms come together and it's a disease process, and we treat each person, male, female, regardless of the age, with the same prescription.
Right.
We don't take into account their genetics. Are they able to metabolize the drug in any particular way? Are they on any other medication or herbal treatments that might interfere with that? Is their lifestyle conducive to taking the medication? So for instance, somebody who's a night shift may not be able to take a drug 3 times a day.
Right.
So we may have to adjust and say, okay, I'll give you something that you could take once a day so it's easier on you. So we take into account their history from birth, their lifestyle, how they see themselves. Because I meet the patient where they're at.
Right.
So that is really what is different. We meet the patient exactly where they are, and we partner with them.
Correct.
It's not just, and I want to get out of saying that the doctors are magicians, and people come and say, just fix me, or work your magic on me.
Or just make me feel better.
Make me feel like myself again. And it's, I want you to feel like yourself again. And I would love to just wave a magic wand and make you feel and look better. But it's not that. And once you leave my office, the main work is really what you decide to do.
Yes.
And your choices on a daily basis that will impact your overall health.
Because I love that, because, a lot of the times we forget health includes the mindset and not only the body. And so a lot of people will be like, I just want to get back to work on Monday. I don't want to. So how do you deal with patients that don't really want to go that deep, though, in regards to, their mindset or maybe their lifestyle?
We go as deep as they would allow.
Okay.
And sometimes they don't realize that we've gone deep.
Okay.
You understand?
I can understand that.
They don't even understand. I'm saying, okay, well, based on what you said, perhaps this is what, and they have these aha moments and say, oh, so that's why this is happening or whatever. So we meet the patient where they are.
Okay.
And we partner with them and take them on a journey.
Okay. So what would you say in regards to eating habits? Because a lot of the times what happens with people is that they come to you and they say, well, doc, I have a headache. And, they just want to be fixed. So it's like they don't really think about, okay, well, maybe what did I eat yesterday, or what did I so and we in the Caribbean are very lax when it comes to our eating habits and health. What would you say that would cultivate those types of healthy eating habits for
Well,
us?
I think we need to get away from eating the standard American diet. It's called the SAD diet for a reason.
Oh wow, sad diet.
Standard American diet.
Okay.
And it's chock full of processed foods and additives and colorings and fake foods.
A lot of the bad things.
A lot of the things that really our grandparents and great grandparents would never have envisioned putting into their bodies. In the Caribbean, I feel we're blessed to have all the fruits and vegetables that are widely available. But we've gone too far away from eating what we grow, and we want to buy imported foods, and we want to eat what we see on TV, and the children see the lovely colored cereals, and they think that's the way to go. And we've gone away from our good old foreign porridge.
And that tastes so good. And it does.
Many children are only aware of cereals,
the regular,
cereals that are, they're just, it's not even food. And I tell my patients that I want you to start looking at the ingredient list on foods, and if there are more than 5 ingredients, then stop. And if you can't pronounce the ingredients, then it's ain't food.
Right.
Breadfruit has 1 ingredient. Dasheen has 1 ingredient. Yam has 1 ingredient.
Yes.
But we're going for the pasta that has maybe 5 or 6 ingredients. And it is sometimes, and nothing beats a good macaroni and cheese.
Nothing.
Right? Nothing. But we can't be having that every single
time,
and expecting us to maintain a state of health that allows us to function optimally. And I think a lot of what is happening in our society, in our communities, stems from poor lifestyle choices. And it's not that people really do believe they're making the right choices. They really do think that they are, when they have whole wheat bread, that it is better. And yes, it is better. But if you are having whole wheat bread every single day, and you're having 3 and 4 slices of bread every day, then that's a problem. Whether it's whole wheat or white or whatever, it's still a problem that you're eating way too many processed carbs, because bread is very processed. But we've gotten, in Jamaica where I studied, we had breakfast would be green figs, green bananas, with some spinach and some ackee and saltfish.
Wow.
That's it. That was breakfast. But that kept you going.
Yes,
for most of the day. But when you eat the processed cereals and so, your blood sugar goes up, and then it crashes an hour or 2 later, and then you really are having.
That's where the tiredness comes in.
That's where the tiredness, and you're grabbing a cup of coffee, or you're looking for another sweet thing to get your sugars up again. And with the high levels of diabetes in our society, we have to be more careful about that.
Okay, all right. So in regards to the functional and integrative part of what you do, what are the projects that you're embarking upon right now that we at our Island Ripple would love to know about?
So I recently launched a movement called Caribbean Spark. It's my passion project, and it was birthed during, maybe a little before COVID, but it came almost like, this is what you need to do during COVID, when I saw our Caribbean community almost crushed by the pandemic. We were scared, we were anxious, we were uncertain about our future, and that was a perfect storm to trigger disease. So people who were healthy prior to COVID, their labs were great, they felt good, they were functioning well. All of a sudden, with the pressures of the pandemic, they started to get into pre-diabetes or early stages of hypertension. And I didn't like that. I just found that we were too young to be experiencing these kinds of diseases in our population. So I thought about it and figured, okay, we tell people what to do all the time, and we educate them. But are we really reaching them in a way that they can easily understand what we're trying to say? Many times, doctors and healthcare workers tend to talk medicalese, and it goes above people's heads. So you want to explain to them why we are asking you to do this. What is happening to your body? Because I feel that if you understand what is happening to your body, if you understand how your body works, if you understand what stress does to your body, what processed food will do to you on a daily basis, you are more inclined to make the better lifestyle choices.
Such an interesting conversation. This is unfortunately the end of part one, but be sure to look out for part two of this scintillating conversation between myself and Dr. Mowbray. Thank you for viewing Island Ripple. Remember, a little knowledge goes a long way. Be sure to pass it on because that is the ripple effect.